She's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's in 3 months.
Okay. I trust that 3 months we'll have some resolution.
I know you will.
So my name is Liz, and I met Jennifer through a friend about 3 years ago. I was meeting with her on kind of a career counseling, a redirection of what I wanted to do. She told me that my father was experiencing some neurological problems, and I asked her to elaborate, and she told me that there was an episode of poisoning going on. So I really didn't believe her at first at all. I didn't think it was something that was happening. I couldn't believe it. It was in denial. And a few months later, we discovered that there was some arsenic in my dad's wife's car. So it's followed with a criminal investigation that we're still, in the process of managing. She said, I'm seeing he's with his wife. It looks like she's giving him something out of a teaspoon. And I said, sure, that's probably some medication. She was in charge of his medications. And she said, no, it's poison. And she said, I want to this is like watching a movie that I can't turn off. This is horrible. This is, directly impacting his health. We took the bottles to an independent lab to be tested because we didn't want the police to open up an investigation without knowing what really was contained within them. And the toxicologist immediately called my sister, who was the person that delivered the vials to him, and said that this is highly toxic. If he has even a few teaspoons of this, he would go into immediate liver failure. So it was glycerin and it was mouthwash mixed together. He did subsequent tests and found out that there were significant findings of arsenic and cesium. There's no explanation as to how this would get in the system, except if it were thoughtfully put together as a concoction and with the intent to harm him, and that's what's happened. We couldn't believe it. They were married for 20 years. She's somebody that is, she's in her 70s. She's a completely, it's unbelievable that somebody would do that. And we'd known her to be a caring, wife, and we didn't particularly care for her as a personality, but we were happy my dad wasn't alone. So we couldn't believe it. And nobody could. Family friends that we've known for 20 years, known them together, couldn't believe it. But the tests and the science just couldn't be denied. The police weren't able to get enough evidence to search the house or to pursue it further. So it's still unresolved, and we've got another attorney. She's since filed for divorce. My father is dying. He's living with my sister in Texas, and all the results of this neurological decline are just in full progress, and it's heartbreaking. So we're not really giving up the battle to find her. So that's why we're here with Jennifer, to see if she can give us some more direction or identify some of the evidence that is strong enough that might bring this forward again. Today I've got a deposition that was taken that I'd like her to take a look at. I'm sure that there's plenty of, it's a deposition of his wife, his ex-wife. And I think there'll be some information there that could direct us to either reopen the case on the basis of fraud, or we could, potentially find, I don't know, she's just always able to pull something out that could give us a better direction.